Ta-da! I think we're here. As always, if oh, what if I got a little cross here on my face here? If I got my viewfinder, let's see, turn that off. Where is that coming from? I don't know where that cross is coming from. I don't know what's going on with the camera. Let's see. The Rebel should be in live mode. Yeah. And boy, I don't know why I have that square right there. There we go. Okay, I don't know how that button came out there, but missile lock, exactly. All right. So I'm gonna try to be good here, make sure I pay attention to the chat so I don't miss any of your comments. As you can see, I have Darth Vader here filled up with decaf coffee. What can I say? I crave the flavor of my coffee, but you know, at 10 o'clock at night, it's probably not best to have that caffeine. And that is smoking hot, so I'm going to let Mr. Vader chill out. Let's see, who do we have in the chat? We got 9 viewers already. Cool. I don't even have my glasses on. I don't know what I did. Oh, they're upstairs by the Oculus Rift. I was doing some work on that. So we got 9 viewers. Hello, Caleb. Yeah, I've been chatting with you most of the day. Hello, Todd. Greetings, Earthling. Hello. West End. Hello. Hope they're good with you as well. And let's see, Caleb. Oh, that storm last weekend. Yeah. So last Friday we were chatting about the big storm, and I was being sarcastic, and me sarcastic, really, what a reach. We did wind up getting about a foot of snow. They got more north of me, which is fine. They like the snowmobile and stuff like that, so that's cool. The big thing that was a real mess was we got all the snow and we got a lot of rain and sleet on top of it. So and then yesterday I think we had an inch to 2 inches of rain, so we had a lot of flash flooding. So the driveway, I paid my plow guy, you know, $35 a pop to come over twice to clear out the driveway because there was quite a bit of snow there. And now 4 days later, it's bare, dry, and there's nothing there. So, welcome to the wonders of living in Maine. 616, and Brian, hello, hello. I've got some cool little animation here. Let me show you this. Well, actually, before I do this, welcome. My name is Paul. This is where Nerdy is Cool. This is my channel where we cover all things I find nerdy and cool. Obviously, this was an outgrowth of my R2-D2 building project. Big into 3D printing, BB-8 building, and lots of other nerdy hobbies. Get something cool I want to show you. If you're not already a subscriber, please make sure you click the button in the corner and become one. And look at that little pop-up. Whoa, kind of snazzy. Yeah. I got that on Fiverr for $7. That's right. I'm one of those people where I'm not going to sit there and mess around with Adobe After Effects and Premiere Pro. If I can go on Fiverr and give someone, you know, a handful of cash and say, "Will you make this for me?" I am all for that. Yay, capitalism, right? So anyway, if you haven't done so already, give me a thumbs up down below. Appreciate that. And well, a couple of things I was going to talk about today, this evening. I didn't really have a big agenda. You know, I try to. When I started doing these Friday night chats, I try to make a list of things I want to cover and talk about and share with you guys. And today it's kind of fast and loose because I really don't have any. Let me clarify. I didn't have any real topics I wanted to cover. I just figured it'd be kind of a chat with you guys in the chat buffer and take it from there. But when I came home today, I came home to a little black box, and it says it came from Germany, and it has. I haven't been expecting anything from overseas, but I saw that the city of origin was HK, Hong Kong. So this must be the long-awaited replacement, which is why the Geeetech is on the desk, for that LCD controller. Hello, Joseph. So I'm wondering, again, I'm trying not to be sarcastic. See, here's the thing, when I do my videos, or when especially on Facebook, you know, I'm still on the Geeetech group. I haven't been kicked out yet, which I find amazing because I'm not looking to pick a fight. I'm not trying to poke anyone in the eye, but when people post and say, "Hey, I'm looking to buy my first printer. I'm looking at the Geeetech A10. Can anyone give me some, you know, pros and cons on it?" And I I touch the keyboard, then I withdraw, then I touch the keyboard, and I withdraw. And it's like, well, I've got to share my experience, and I will, oh, hello. Boy, thank you, Windows. I really appreciate you jumping into my broadcast and trying to get me to install new pop-ups. No, go away. Be gone. 2 spools of PLA from Zilta. Hey, did you use the discount, Brian? So anyway, in that group, I try very hard when people ask for an honest opinion. I try to be courteous and say, well, my experience was less than ideal, and here's what happened, and I wish you good luck. I don't go in there and flame and go, they suck. I don't know why they get up in the morning. I try not to do that. So anyway, we have a nondescript cardboard box. And somewhere here it opens. There it is. Okay, well, so we have a, oh, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding. These guys are so stupid. Sorry, there I go again. So they've given me this short ribbon cable, and the ribbon cable that goes on this printer, I think, is longer. Yeah, it's a lot longer. So they've basically given me a 6-inch ribbon cable, and this thing needs a 12-inch ribbon cable. So once again, Geeetech is hitting it out of the park. And this, with any luck, there we go. So here is, actually, I should be making use of the Caleb Powell Memorial Camera. Sorry, Caleb, I just can't let it go. Let's see. So here we go. Here is the, but what's interesting is, like I said, the ribbon cable that goes under here is at least 1 foot long, and the one they sent me is, how do I say it nicely? Not. So what can I say? I'm one of those guys who's big into customer service. So as my friend Joseph can chime in, Joe and I used to work at Electronics Boutique, and we had to do tech support, and customer service to people with technology, and that was challenging at times. And so anyway, I'm just, I don't know, the whole Geeetech thing really brings out the ugly in me here. I just, why can't they do it right? It makes my head hurt. So I am going to, with my wonderfully curved, these are made for cutting ABS. Now before you get excited about saying, oh, he's printing an ABS filament, no, this is for trimming stormtrooper armor. Alright, and yes, I don't have anti-static wear, so I'm just going to pop this open. And this looks like it should be a direct drop-in for this. So interesting. So there we go. Let me just take a peek here at the chat buffer to make sure I'm not missing anything. Let's see, challenging is, yeah, Joseph, we had some good times over there, didn't we? So anyway, I thought, once I got home and I saw that little black box, I thought, well, maybe we'll do this during the live stream. It should technically be just a matter of unplugging the ribbon cable. There's 4 bolts in the back here that hold this in place. I can hang on to that SD card. And then we can go ahead and replace that. So we could do that together on the live stream. Now, while I have this camera here going right here, I also wanted to show you something fascinating. Okay, so this printer, and let me go to the wide view here, and once again, let me pop up with the dun-da-da. If you aren't a subscriber already, hit the button and become one. There we go. I'm so proud of that animation. That's really cool. And the guy that made it on Fiverr was outstanding to work with. I literally placed the order, and he had it done in 3 hours. Wicked cool. So this is turning into the printer that we love to hate because it's just been a pain in the ass since day one. When the printer starts up now, the fan on the power supply is making terrible noises. I mean, why not? I mean, we've had it for 3 months. I mean, that's... Here I go again. But we've done a lot of work together. We did the previous live streams where we went through and got the 3D touch working. I went through and I changed the settings on the extruder to make sure that the stepper steps were correct. And as you guys saw last week, and let me move to the other camera here. I mean, it actually did this amazing print So I think I have that simplified 3D profile tuned really, really well. And I did another piece. Where are you? Dun, dun, dun. Did it fall off the side? Yeah, it probably did. So, so what this is the 5015 fan, which I ordered from TH3D. Should arrive tomorrow. Plugs in here, and as you can see at the bottom here, this is the ductwork, and it did a really nice job on that print. Now, unfortunately, that was with Simplify 3D. So I thought, well, let's see what the $200 printer with a really well-tuned Simplified 3D profile does compared to my $2,000 Ultimaker 2 Plus. And instead of Simplified 3D, I'll use the latest version of Cura, not the beta one. I'll use 3.6, and I'll use the Ultimaker's default settings because, hey, Ultimaker knows Ultimaker, right? So I wound up with this. And I'm at a loss to explain what happened. It was doing great at the bottom and great at the top, but in the middle, it just went wonky. So it's just, I don't know. These are the kind of things that happen to me with Cura every now and then. I mean, other than that, I mean, you know, layer-wise, I mean, it looks really good. And again, I'm trying to get the focus to play just right, but the camera is trying to focus on me or this. And it did a pretty decent job with this little support piece, so that comes right off. But yeah, stringing on steroids, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. So there you go. I'll throw you back in there. So that's one of those things that happens every now and then in the wonderful world of 3D printing. You know, you think you have your printer tuned in just right, you get the manufacturer's stuff working just right, and you go to do a print and it just... But technically, I did do that on a Monday, so maybe I had a case of the Monday. So let's let's give it that. Wow, look at the buffer. You guys are chatting right away. All right. So yeah, so this is going to be one of the. I figure we can do this easy peasy together. Let's see. Let me kick out to the other view here. Let's unplug this because, you know, Geeetech loves me. You know, just in case this thing decides it wants to give me a nice little zap. All right. So this. Ta-da. And I am hoping our friend Keith is going to join us. He can share with us in the chat buffer the amazing fun he's having with his Prusa Mark III kit. The poor guy. You know, the Prusas are really amazing printers. I know a couple of you guys have them, or you know people that do have them. And, you know, you see them, you hear the hype, and you go to order, and they're back ordered for 6 weeks, and you finally get it. And poor guy. I mean, all the aluminum extrusions were twisted. He was laying them on the desk so that he could, you know, get the pieces together to start building, and they were like wobbling. And then a lot of the 3D printed parts, he said, were pretty low quality. So, you know, just poor guy. So hopefully he'll be able to make the stream here at some point. Let's see. Can you test the new board before installing it? You know, I suppose the only connection I have here for it is the ribbon cable. So what I could do. See, Caleb's making me work already. So what I could do is slide this guy in the back here. All right. Come on. Oh, these ribbon cables are just the suck. All right. All right. Good suggestion, Caleb. Good suggestion. All right. So, as you can hear, these are the joys of owning a 2-month-old Geeetech product. Oh, almost. Maybe. Is it done? Ah, there we go. All right, so there we go. So That sound effect was brought to you by our non-sponsor, Geeetech 3D printers. Causing you insanity since 2016. Anyway. Yeah, I've gone through that with power supplies and other fans as well too. Actually, I have my laptop, a Toshiba upstairs, that's doing the exact same thing. A couple months ago, it first started, and you could tap it, hit it, whatever, and it would level out, and then the bearings would jostle, and it would go again. And now it's at the point where you're literally, and so I really have to order a replacement fan for that one. Solid Doodle. Boy, I haven't heard one of those in a long time. Okay, so the exciting thing we're going to check right now is does it work? Oh. It's working, Caleb. It's working. Okay, so we're going to pop that. Yay. All right. So that has been done. Let's see. Do you have whole bean coffee? No, actually, scrolling through here. Let's see. So inside of Lord Vader here, I am actually... I got hooked on instant coffee back in my military days. You know, the MREs had come with that little packet of instant coffee. And did you know that the biggest consumers of instant coffee is in the United Kingdom? And they suspect that's because during World War II, when we were sending stuff over to them because of, you know, they were rationing and such, that the folks in the UK became accustomed to that taste, and as a result, they are the biggest consumers of instant coffee. So how about that? You learned something tonight. It works until you install it. Okay, really? Are we going to have that kind of attitude tonight? Oh, that's hilarious. You know, you're probably right. Instant coffee is not coffee. I know. But coffee at 10 p.m. is probably not one of my smarter moves. So, okay, so kudos to Caleb. Caleb, you are our expert for the evening. There we go. Let's get that guy out of there. All right, let's see. How can I do that? Let me maneuver the coffee somewhere over here. Or as Bruce would say, my non-coffee. Oh, Jack and water is better. See, I'm a lightweight. 2 drinks and you guys would really... I would have to delete all traces of this video. I would open up more than you want. So it looks like, and let me switch over to I love doing this, the Caleb Powell high definition camera. Dun, dun, dun. See, I love doing stuff like this with you guys because you guys are, I mean, I thought I was sarcastic. Some of you guys are quite the little sarcasm ninjas. Okay, so the first thing I am seeing right away is it's going to be a real joy getting at this screw because of the I-beam here. And not to mention, you know what? Does that front plate come off? It better. Oh, it does. All right, so I should have some tools. Dun, dun, dun. All right, with 5 Chinese printers, I should have enough hex wrenches to last a lifetime. What size is you? Oh, almost. Your wife loves your sarcasm. Hey, that's cool. Well, you know, you think I would store these and know exactly what is what, but yeah. Oh, there it is. Good evening, PT3D. True Tech. All right. So if you guys are just tuning in, we have a special arrival from the fine folks at Geeetech. They have sent us the replacement LCD menu, controller board, yada yada. I hope, okay, I don't hear any T-nuts, so that's good. So hopefully this should just be a matter of unbolting the old, putting in the new, and then it works. Now, again, if you just tuned in, we have already tested it. We plugged it into the ribbon cable, powered on the printer, and it looks like it works just fine. But of course, you know, Murphy's Law says the minute I install it, it will totally screw up. And dun, it's my sarcasm in action. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so I've got, okay, to their credit, okay, at least I can get at the thing. So one of the things right off is underneath here, again, it's about a foot-long piece of ribbon cable, and the replacement they gave me doesn't appear nearly as long to do that. So, and just to double, you know, I'm not, if the ribbon cable isn't the problem here, I'm not gonna stir up that angry hive of bees. All right, and let me go back here. Dun, dun, dun. And just wanted to mention, I'll give you the pop-up here. If you aren't already a subscriber, hit the button and become one. Love to have you on board. Now let's get to our external view, and let's get these guys out of here. And let's see if I can do this quickly and easily. And let me keep an eye on the buffer here to see what's going on. I think last week, I had a lot of topics to cover, but I think the highlight was when we got rid of the troll. I mean, that's a milestone, isn't it? You know, the channel's big enough to have its own troll. He sent me a couple of messages saying, "How dare you ban me?" So I did it again. I'm just one of those people you shouldn't dare. I will rise to that challenge. Dun, dun, dun. So actually, I haven't done a whole lot of 3D printing this week. Here we go. I'm waiting for one more part, and then if it shows up tomorrow, I may do a live stream tomorrow night, and we will have some fun here. Okay. If I remove the knob, it'll come out a whole lot easier, won't it? All right. So there's the old one. Ooh. All right. Are you guys ready? The highlight of the evening. Let's all have that nerdgasm together. Are you ready? Ah. Was that as good for you as it was for me? Anyway, all right. I'm happy we could share that together. All right, does that line up? It lines up. Yeehaw. All righty. I was wondering if the holes would line up. They do all line up. Very good. I don't need a tissue. What can I say? We have fun here. Sarcasm is not only tolerated, but it's rated. So after I get this here up and going, I'm looking forward to telling you guys about my latest adventure this week. And it's not 3D printing. It's computer gaming. Mostly my DCS flight sim stuff. I don't know how many of you guys are into the flight sims or not. I know a lot of you guys are into 3D printing, but I don't know how many are into the flight sim stuff like I am. I know Caleb is a pilot and he's into it. But yeah, my friend, when I was over to his place, he was like, "Why don't you take home that Oculus Rift? I just don't use it, and tell you what, you can lease it for $1 a week." I'm like, okay. And I'd used it before and loved it, but I was a little unsure if my computer would have the system requirements to drive that thing. Well, I can tell you it does. And wow, I lost track of time quickly this week. Alright, so this thing has a little flap you gotta lift. You gotta get this thing in here. In hindsight, I might have done this before I put it all together, but oh well. There you are. Get in there. Get in your home. You too good for your home? Sorry. Happy Gilmore on the mind. Alright, so let's line that up. And I'm trying to do this with the camera at a good angle, but I also can't see what I'm doing. Ah. Alright, so you easier said than done. Maybe I should just turn the printer towards me for a minute and let you guys suffer for a moment. Aha, there you are. Ah. Let's see. So the way they have this is it's a little above. There we go. Get a few turns on that, and then I'm good to go. I was trying to level it with the feet, but I forgot that the feet are attached to the bottom of the extruded aluminum, so that's why it wouldn't line up. There. Alright, well, with any luck, the Geeetech will be happier. Alright, hip hip hooray. And then we have, oops, sorry. Voila. Alright. Let me see what I'm missing from my friends in the peanut gallery here. Dun, dun, dun. I do need coffee, yeah? Hey, Keith. Keith, we were speaking about you earlier. Friends, this is our good friend Keith who has joined the chat buffer. He wasn't here last week, so we had to speak about him behind his back. Keith, just so, well, actually, let me do a quick pop-up over here. Dun, 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 dun. Go to the main camera. Hello, look at the pop-up. If you're not a subscriber, hit the button, become one. So yeah, we got a nice little black box from Geeetech. They sent us the wrong ribbon cable, so that's par for the course. But they did send us a new replacement LCD menu, and we tested it, and it worked. And so here is the old one, and I don't know what we'll do with this. I can tell them where they can put it. Anyway, so we've just installed it, and with any luck, after powering on, it now remember, this printer is 2 months old. 2 months old! And this is what the hot end fan is doing already. Come on. Come on. It sounds like the fan on the hot end. Ah, there we go. See? The joys of Geeetech ownership. You get that wonderful 90 decibel greeting saying, this is what you paid for. Thwack. Well, the problem with thwacking it is it's got an entire metal case all around it, and there's like 2 fans in there, so it's like you're, which one, right? So, yeah, I almost wonder if I have enough parts to fix this. So, let me move to the Caleb Powell external camera. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, Caleb, that joke never gets old. Alright, hello. Focus. Oh, you're reflecting the light right above you. Okay, let's see. Push the button. OMG, it's working. It is actually, come on. See, look at that. Oh my God. Oops, sorry, I keep on swinging the fan around, the camera around. Look at this. Wow. Okay. All right, let me go back to the other camera here. So there, I am running the cream of the crop for a 4x80 characters LCD now. All right. Voila. Okay, enough of that. Wow, we have 20 viewers tonight. Awesome sauce. Welcome, guys. Let me get that other camera up over here. And let me get Lord Vader and my instant coffee, which many of you are mocking. Yes, and just so you're aware, Keith is mentioning in the buffer. Actually, Keith, I should have given you my link to my Discord channel so that you could speak and talk about your exceptional experience with the Prusa. So yeah, he mentioned, as he's mentioning in the buffer, they didn't include a thermistor. I mean, he's poor guy. Nothing is worse than getting a printer, being excited to build it, and of course all the hype around a Prusa printer, and then discovering that, crap, I can't do anything. Everything I got is crap. So, oh no, I don't have one. Very good. So, but anyway, so all kidding aside, I'm sorry, I've got 4 cameras in front of me and I never know which one to look at. I want to look here. So, all kidding aside, the Geeetech, after we've put all this work into it, and a lot of it has been because of you guys in my audience and the community and such that have tuned in, Keith especially, among others, we got this thing printing, and it is printing super, super nicely. Like I said, these last couple prints, I would have to say it even rivals, you know, the quality of what the Ultimaker can do. Granted, the Ultimaker, you know, can do a few things better, has a better hot end, and so on, bigger print volume. Well, slightly bigger, but I'm pleased that this thing is working as well as it is. Now here I am, I'm saying nice things about this. This thing will probably burn down my home tonight. But anyway, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to be positive and say, hey, maybe this is going to work out all right. Because I had so much troubles using the knob and such like that, doing anything as far as with the SD card in there was kind of a, no way. So this thing has auto print. I have, you can probably see it in the reflection over here. I printed out a case for it and it's sitting right there. This is a 2020 version of the Raspberry Pi case. It just has, the bottom piece has holes so that you can put in the M5s and use T-nuts and to put those into the rails. No joking like that. Yeah, I know, I hear you. I hear you. See, the thing, like I said, the fun thing here is we have fun, a lot of levity. I think what's cool about this, like I said, I tune into a lot of YouTube channels. You know, for example, I know Clyde personally, and I know a lot of other people that I chat with, and that, you know, many of you guys are here. So when I comment on stuff on Facebook, you guys understand, you know, you know my personality, you know my sense of humor and what have you, you know how to take me. But of course, the wonderful world of, you know, text comes off flat, as does Facebook posts and stuff like that. So I think when I offer feedback in the Facebook group for the Geeetech, I get flamed, I get torched pretty badly. Yes, thank you for being nice to your viewers. Hey, I try to treat people the way I would want to be treated. It's a simple way. Have I put a multimeter on this frame? You know, I haven't done that, and I have a multi-tester right behind me, and I'm almost scared to look. All right, well, let's all right, so what should I put my negative on? What should I put my positive on if I want to check my frame? I've never done this before. And if one of you jerks has put it on my tongue, I'm smarter than that. Yeah, exactly. It's a miracle. JDC AMC, you are a miracle worker. Thank you. You have fixed my fan. Okay, so I got ground over here. What should I be putting positive on? The good news is I have 0, 0. See what happens when I follow what you guys are saying? Come on. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I kind of got cat's cradle going on here in my wiring. Here we go. Well, unfortunately, the power supply is all the rails are in the bottom, so there's no reaching that. So I guess this experiment is over. However, we did fix the fan, so I'm good with that. So there. Well, the other thing that's been interesting is there's a lot of talk about these connectors, and let me move over to this camera here. I haven't done a tremendous amount of long prints, but I know that there's been a lot of talk about these connectors on the Ender 3s, Ender Pro. I guess someone at Creality just decided that there was a shortcut to just crimp them rather than solder them. I haven't heard of any issues with the Geeetechs. I've been keeping an eye on this thing just in case it changes color on me, but so far, so good. All right, let's get that out of here. But, so anyway, after a lot of time and effort, our Geeetech is printing very well. One of the things that's a little bit of a problem that I've noticed is I'm not crazy about this bed surface, and I'm really not sure how to get it off of this glass. It's like it's part of the glass, sort of thing. I don't know. I can't describe it. I don't know if this thing peels apart or not. But I've had a couple prints that printed too close to the surface here, and they're in there forever. I don't have any way to clean that off. But so I've just been kind of living with it. Dun, 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 Lord Vader. Jackhammer. I've had good luck with the Nemo robot. I'm just wondering, if I unscrew all these things, I'm assuming this lifts up. But, I don't know. The imitation BL Touch, 3D Touch, whatever they call it, that's actually worked pretty well. But one of the challenges is, especially when you have black filament in this thing and a black print surface, is when you're watching that first layer and you're baby stepping, and by the way, with the old controller, you know, the baby stepping starts at the 1000th place. So if you really got to spin that wheel to move your baby stepping up or down, and then you have a controller that only works every 20th turn. So baby stepping on this thing was, holy crap, that sucks. Spin, 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 spin. I mean, after doing all that spinning there, I felt like I was ready to go on The Price is Right, you know, and spin the wheel and get $1. It was a lot of work, but I'm hopeful with that new one. Nail polish, that's interesting. And the Nemo robot, yeah. So the 3D Touch has been working okay, but like I said, and the first layer of these prints, I mean, have just been absolutely fantastic. So I have been pleasantly surprised. Actually, let me let's see, external view, and you know, show you the nice shine. Whee! Come on, focus for me. I'm never quite sure if this camera is going to focus on the right thing or not. Oh, come on. We spent all that money to, you know what? It's got too much light it's competing with. But there's that first layer, and it does look pretty stinking nice. There it is. Ah, you son of a... Gotta find the right focal length here for this. So it's shiny, it's happy, we're happy. There we go. And oh, there's my pop-up. Yay! So there. Let's see. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I always like that stuff. Holy cow, we got 21 viewers. That's fantastic. Hello, each and every one of you. If you haven't been here before, my name is Paul. This is where Nerdy is Cool. Big on 3D printing, big on building BB-8, R2-D2. Actually, I have to get R2-D2 souped up. I just got a request for a big event happening in Portland, Maine, and that will be a good time. We will be on stage in front of a few thousand people, so I will naturally crap myself hoping R2 doesn't decide to go darting off the Merrill Auditorium stage. You know, it's always fun when you have a big crowd and you're thinking to yourself, when's the last time I changed the batteries on this remote? But technically, R2 has a fail-safe receiver, so if it does not receive any signal, it should not go wiggy. And you really hope, because otherwise the front row is going to get 200 pounds of droid in their face. I wonder what insurance costs for something like that. And frankly, when you call Geico, what number would that be? See, 1 for auto, 2 for boat, 3 for droids. Gotta be. I control Jake from State Farm. We're just talking about insurance. It's great timing. This is awesome. Ask Jake. Exactly. Yeah. No, the facility has the insurance. I don't have to worry about that. But I did for a long time. To answer your question, I'm controlling R2-D2 with a Spectrum DX6i 6-channel radio. I'm technically using only 3 channels, but I have extras should I need it. But yeah, so that'll be a good time. That's coming up in March. They asked me if I could wear my Stormtrooper outfit and control R2, and I said I can do one or the other, because with the limited visibility inside the Stormtrooper mask, plus the fans going, and I can't see from my nose down, and well, that's where R2 occupies. I tried doing that one time. I was at a baseball stadium, and I was walking around in the Stormtrooper suit, controlling R2, and we're stopped every 3 feet. And given I can't hear because I have 2 blower fans defogging me, and then you can't see because all the way the mask is, and then of course everyone on the planet is grabbing R2-D2, and I'm trying to see, not trip over people, and control a robot. It was a bad idea. Classic cars. But I do know people. I did in the past. I did it through Darlings. I think they call it event insurance, and the problem I had is all of my hobbies, just like you guys, cost big bucks. And I remember calling saying, hey look, I've got this R2-D2, I'm going to be at a public event, and I just want to make sure if I run over some kid's foot and they claim, oh, it's infected, I got gangrene, I'm going to sue you, that I have some coverage for that. And it's an umbrella policy kind of thing. But it was, when I first got it, it was $900 a year. And I explained to the insurer, the insurance company, saying, this thing doesn't generate any revenue whatsoever. I mean, the minute I try to take money for it, Lucasfilm's going to say, nope, you're out. So anyway, I out of pocket, I paid the $900 a year for I think 2 years, and then they raised the rates. And I'm like, what's going on? I mean, I haven't bumped anybody. No one's made any claims. But so anyway, as it's been for the last couple of years, I made the conscious decision that when I have R2 at events, we do not drive around. R2 goes to his assigned spot, and we turn the power off to the feet. And then if people want to come over and take pictures with him, no problem. So there we go. So that's the long story of my R2-D2 and insurance. The other thing I wanted to chat with you guys tonight, like I said, I mentioned earlier, one of the recent, I don't want to say acquisitions because it's not mine, but my friend Fred just said, hey look, you had a grand time using my Oculus Rift a couple months ago. why don't you take it home with you? It's like, cool. So all this week I have been fine-tuning my my computer so that it'll play with the Oculus Rift VR, virtual reality headset, inside DCS World, the flight sim. And I gotta tell you, the immersion factor is awesome. But one of the issues you run into right away is, especially in a game where you're pressing things on the keyboard for, landing gear, flaps, whatever, chat, this, that, what, radar modes, missiles. Suddenly you have goggles on, and suddenly you're like Ray Charles, trying to do these things. So one of the things that my friend found is a voice program. So you can, say, hit backspace, hit F2, hit F3, hit whatever. So I need to get that going. But if you have never done anything with virtual reality, one of the things that you can do, actually, yeah, right, you're right on it, Clyde. The HOTAS, hands on stick and throttle, or hands on throttle and stick. The problem I'm having is that I have the Thrustmaster T18000, and I think I got like 12 buttons, and I quickly use those up. I predominantly fly the Harrier jump jet. And so I've got one side of the controller already taken care of just the nozzle positions and the engine controls. And then I got the other part using all the various tracking modes. So, so it's going to be different. So I have seen some, the Warthog flight controller. It's like $600 though. And that does have a lot more things you can do, but what's amazing about the VR is, when I fly these games on my computer monitor, I don't have the head tracking. So if I want to look around my views, I have to use with the thumb button, or I have to use either the numeric keypad to move around. And I'm used to chasing after fighters. I'm used to flying in the weeds. I'm used to hard banking and trying to avoid surface area missiles. But then when you do it in virtual reality, your inner ear says, let's mess with them. First of all, when I'm flying, I have an office chair like this on my gaming computer. And when I'm doing all these banks and maneuvers and rolling, I think I logged 20 miles on that chair. Back, forth, up, down, back. It's funny, but it's ugly. So yeah, I didn't give myself vertigo, but there were definitely a couple evenings where I was like, yeah, it's different. So I've had to replace the chair with a fixed chair that does not roll or swivel because that was just not working. I should video that because it was really hilarious for those first couple of flights to have all of that going on. The other thing is, and unfortunately you really can't capture this in video unless you have the mask on and can see it, because what's interesting is when you're flying, like on a computer desk, you have your throttle and your stick right here. In the VR, the stick is right in the middle and the throttle is back over here. And in the cockpit, you have all your switches and stuff like that. And in DCS, on the aircraft that you buy, it's an interactive cockpit. So you can use the mouse, to go through there and throw all these switches and do things like you were the pilot. Now, usually when I do these flights or whatever, my computer station is, I have a spare chair sitting on the side, and that's usually where the cat sits. And I'm just so used to, I'm in the cockpit, I'm going through doing things, and quickly I want to go over and make sure I have the fuel selector set right, and naturally I swing my arm out there, next thing, cat goes flying, like, oh, sorry. So, and then if you're playing the VR long enough, you see this joystick in front of you, and of course your joystick is actually physically here, you start doing this. So yeah, I mean, it's amazing. So if you have not tried a virtual reality headset, and again, I haven't tried the PlayStation ones and the other ones, but I can tell you, I need to, first of all, I know I've seen them on Amazon, and I'm sure one of you guys will probably tag it and attach it. I need to find an actual flight chair where I can have, the throttle to my side, put the joystick in the middle, and, fly it just like, the real airplanes have. Did I miss something? Da-da-da. There's even insurance in case you can't make the payment. Wow. Yeah, there we go. The Barf Maker 3000. You're winning. That's awesome. You guys are great. So it's interesting you say that because we have all these projects we want to do, and by the way, like I said, there's been a couple of you guys that have thrown me some money at the PayPal account that's linked in the description below. I thank you guys for that. We're a couple bucks into our FT6 project, so thank you very much for that. And if you haven't seen that below, that's down in the description. There's a PayPal link, and there's also a stream link that does the same thing. And you can also do the same thing through there's a dollar sign there down there in the YouTube chat. And they get 30%. And that's fair because they're providing the bandwidth and everything else. But just so you guys know, that's where it all goes. But I have seen some instructions for virtual cockpits or your own homemade wooden cockpits. And I wonder if they have something that'd be like an ejection seat. I mean, I'm not looking to throw a lot of money into a super fancy seat. But it would be cool, and within our realm here, to make something that does, go together and looks, well, would fit the role of, the cockpit better. The chuck chair. Those are great. No, I already got a chair that moves. That's my problem. Did you send a link? Let me make sure I didn't miss it here. Sometimes YouTube blocks it. Or did you send it to me on Facebook? Yep. There's one. Let's look at this link. Oh, holy cripe. Okay, well, Caleb has sent over a link for a $9,000 ejection seat. So, no, I got your link. Holy cow! Thank you, sir. We're that much closer to our FT6 or our ejection seat. Okay, if you guys haven't seen the link, let me, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Let's go over to our other monitor here. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see, we need to go here. So yeah, so this is from an F-104 Starfighter. And oh look, we can save money by free local pickup. That's awesome. So where are these guys located and which one of you guys wants to pick this up? Martin Baker, GQ7AT, wow. That's crazy. Holy cow. See, I was thinking something more on the lines of something like one of these guys. Can you guys imagine? I mean, I've seen people that have really ejection seats in their home. And of course, the first thing you want to do is, yank on the handles. But that's pretty nifty. You know what's amazing is there are, I saw this recently here, there is a F-104 project for sale, and that gentleman is in the area over here, and I contacted him, and because he has, I think, 2 F-104Gs. They're projects, it would take a lot of work to get these things flying, and not to mention it's still one of the fastest production airplanes ever made. Stock, it does, I think, 1,500 miles an hour, so it might be even faster than the F-15 and the F-22. But anyway, I had mentioned to him, I said, I'm a big fan of the F-104. I'm a big fan of Kelly Johnson, all the airplanes he's designed. Is there any chance I can come down to your location, bring my cameras, and we can do like an interview and show them? And he's like, nope, don't want to do video. Like, son of a bitch. I have awesome airplanes in my backyard, and this guy won't let me look at them. Unless I win the Powerball, and for whatever reason I decide I need 2 F-104Gs. Yeah, ejection seats on a submarine, that would kind of suck. Wow. So anyway, that, holy cow. I'm not sure that's, let me make sure I got the other window here in case I miss any other ones here. Dun, da, da. So I make sure that I miss another one. Nope. Try to make sure if you guys sent links, I got them. And I got my phone off, so if anything came across through Facebook, I didn't hear it yet. Oh, here we come. See, look what happened, Clyde. You're going to get all the submarine jokes now. Oh. All right, so let's get back over here. Doo-doo-doo. Yes, it's like the old joke about a certain nationality. You know, why do they have glass-bottom boats? You know, why do they have glass floors on their warships so they can see their old Navy? Yeah, I know all those. Yep. Tough crowd tonight. Oh, I'm almost out of coffee, and what time is it? 11? I'm supposed to meet my friends at the gym. I'm still doing the weightlifting thing. I go there with a bunch of 20-year-old, well, I think they're 26, 27, and good guys, and you know, I struggle to keep up with them. But the fact that I'm getting up in the morning and not feeling super sore, pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Trying to make some good changes. Last year I started doing the keto diet. I lost 41 pounds. You know, I don't have Thor's super body, but I think we've made some good changes, and we're going to keep at it. So the other thing I wanted to show you guys, I hadn't taken a look at this in a long time, but it's kind of fun to share. Let's see, wrong camera. So I was looking at Social Blade, and I was surprised to see that in the last 30 days, almost 250 subscribers. And daily averages are just awesome. I mean, my goodness gracious, we're doing on average of 9 new subscribers every day. Some days more, some days less. About 900 views a day. It's really weird because like this one day where it shows we had 400, we actually had like 800, but sometimes YouTube loses count for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty cool. The channel is doing pretty decent, and it's kind of fun to see because I'm not really working too hard on it. I'm just having fun with you guys, and so there we go. So I just thought I'd share that with you. A little while ago, we had just crossed 2,000 subscribers, and right now we're on the cusp of 2,300. So, you know, we're not really, we're not a big channel. We're not super tiny, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm having fun. I'm glad the word's getting out, and I'm glad you guys are tuning in on Fridays. I don't know how many of you guys saw, but we had the discussion last week where we were talking about my favorite YouTube channels that, you know, as a nerdy guy, I wanted to share with you because I really like them. And I don't know if you saw that video, but I put that out a couple days ago, and you know, so there it is. I'm trying to remember, I don't have them right in front of me, but the history guy was one, Scott Manley, with all the stuff he does with SpaceX and all the space technology. Tom's 3D, you know, I like 3D Printing Nerd, I like 3D Maker Noob. There's so many 3D printing channels, and there's so many that are just doing reviews. Review. I like the ones that are very interactive, learning ones, and that's, to me, that's why Tom Slanderer is still, holy crap, I said his name right. Yeah, Tom's 3D is still one of my favorites. The production value is outstanding. I wish I could borrow his brain for a day or two on just how to use Premiere Pro the way he does, because it's he does great work. I wish I had 4K cameras. The Canon, this one is a T7i. That's my primary camera that I'm using for my videos. And I should upgrade the microphone and a few other things, but I think video by video I'm getting better. Batman. I'm going to say I'm a little partial to my Batman. Exactly, I've got the shirt. Yeah, History Guy is outstanding. Actually, I shot him a message. I said, hey, I'm just a little channel, but I just wanted to let you know I'm a big fan. I like what you do. I watch your videos every day, and hey, on my little channel, I shared that you're one of my favorites. And he was like, I appreciate that. So, very cool. Yeah, the portable printer, I mean, some of the things he does, obviously I wouldn't follow in his footsteps there, but what I thought was neat was, like I said, he got a chance to go to the the E3D factory, and he was asking those guys some pretty good hard questions. He's gotten to go to Prusa a couple times. I wish he would ask harder questions of Joseph Prusa. I think Keith would agree because there was a lot of people at that time that were having issues with the artifacts and having issues with the firmware, and he didn't ask him any of those questions. Yeah, history guy, I think you'd like. The other thing that I'd be curious what you guys think of this. There's a lot of channels I like, but one of the biggest things that turn me off is when they do a video on, hey, let's watch him open his mail. I don't get it. To me, that's one of those, get over yourself. I don't know. It just turns me off. I don't know. I mean, I like all the other videos they do, but when they do stuff that are, hey, watch me open all the mail I have, I just, I'll catch your next one kind of thing. Oh, he has to edit his video after they approve it? See, as you guys can see here, and as you'll see in the replay if you're watching this later, I just, I let it go. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything in the buffer here. Sorry for the pause here. Yeah, the 3D printer was, the portable 3D printer was cool. What fascinated me about that recent video was he was showing how all the electronics work, and I know nothing about electronics. I mean, I just know that if I put my finger on this, I'll have even less hair than I started with. So yeah. But some of his other stuff about the filament testing and the filament strength, that was a good series because that got me wondering, I'm going to 3D print this ball-shaped guy, and if I do it in PLA and it starts to get warm in there because it has motors and motor controllers and things that generate heat, is this thing going to unravel on me? So should I be looking at ABS? Should I be looking at PETG? So his testing certainly got me thinking about that stuff. Some of the other cool stuff that he's done is, like I said, the fact that he has all these cool filaments to try out is one thing. There's a lot of filaments I've been wanting to try out, but I just haven't had a chance, or I keep forgetting it. Like Protopasta, never used their stuff. Been meaning to, but usually when I go to printedsolid.com, by the way, they're not a sponsor, but I'm certainly plugging them. Usually when I go to Printed Solid, I'm like, look, I need this E3D product, I need this nozzle, I need this, and I don't have the money for the extra filament right now, but maybe some other time. That's the furnace. Don't worry, that's not the jet idling waiting for me. Yeah, the filament, that's interesting because like color fab, I have a lot of color fab stuff, and I've always had a hard time with the color fab materials on my Ultimaker, especially the engine, the XT, the carbon fiber was a nightmare. And carbon fiber I think would be a great video topic for someone to do because I like the look of carbon fiber, but it's a nightmare to print between what it does to your nozzle. And if you read the material safety data sheet on these things, I don't want to put the alarm on you guys, but especially where I'm up here in Maine, and I'm not going to crack the window open if I'm going to print something because first of all, I'm going to be letting in 0-degree air, so I'm cooling off the place. But I would read those material data safety sheets just so you're aware of what's in the filaments, and it's a little on the sketchy side as to, do you want to have this stuff printing in a closed-in room where you're going to inhale this junk? So. Yeah, Protopasta is expensive. Ultimaker brand filament is expensive. Color fab is expensive. $260, that's good. Yeah, I don't do the recycling on my plastics because I am literally 1 mile down the road from a energy recycling center, and what they do is everything goes in and gets incinerated. So, so technically, it's generating electricity if I throw it in the trash. Flexible, Brian, you know what? The only flexible filament I have is Cheetah. And I haven't tried any of the other, what am I thinking of here? Flexible filament has a hardness score. I know it's late. You guys are tee-heeing already. But I haven't done a lot with it, and I just know that with the flexible filaments, you're going to want to print very slowly and with very little fan. Yeah, Clyde makes a very good point there. Well, hello from London, England. It's 4:10. Yeah, you guys are 5 hours. David, I have a friend of mine who's in my flying squadron. He's from Manchester, England, and he works nights. So that's why every night we're always surprised to see him. Like, we're flying at 10 o'clock at night, and he's like, hey guys, I'm on. And we're like, what are you doing up? And he's like, well, I work nights, so this is my chance to wind down and have fun. Yeah, the only stuff I got, let me see. Somewhere under what I would suggest, yeah, this is Cheetah. I bought from, I think they're Geeetech. Yeah, you can get the sample rolls, and that's what I did to try it out. And what can happen, and I hung on to this because it was really cool, because it looks so boogery and like a spider web. These are wheels that go inside of BB-8's head so that the head can float on top of the ball. And I have some successful ones I finally printed out, but as you can see, it definitely takes a little finesse. And this material, as far as hardness, it definitely doesn't have, you know, if you're looking for the flexing, whatever, it doesn't have that, but I mean, you can certainly, you know, wind it right around real tight. So the reason with Cheetah was designed for having a little bit of flexibility compared to PLA, but it has enough stiffness so it makes it through the Bowden setup. And if you look through my videos, you will find that I did do a review on printing with Geeetech, I'm sorry, with Cheetah on the Ultimaker. There we go. God, 8 printers. You think I'd remember which one? What are you doing, Theodore? Oh, he's got a toy. But no, that might be a good idea for a future video. So yeah, I appreciate that idea. Yeah, and this stuff was fairly inexpensive. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, he has his BB-8 toy. Let me see. My cats get only the finest toys. All right, Theodore. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah. Now, what's interesting is, every Friday when I come down here, the cats are upstairs sleeping. When I'm down here setting up, there's not a cat to be found. But when I click on live stream, here they are. And then when I turn off the feed at the end of this broadcast, they go right back to bed. So I think they're like kids. They know when you're trying to do something. So we have 15 thumbs up. That's awesome sauce, guys. So what I was saying earlier, and I try to repeat myself every half hour or so to people that have just joined in. Hello, my name is Paul, and this is where Nerdy's Cool, 3D printing, R2-D2 building, BB-8, you name it. If it's techie and nerdy, I cover it. That's kind of my thing. So welcome, and if you aren't already a subscriber, please consider becoming one. There's a pop-up over here telling you how to do so. Just click the subscribe button. And I also wanted to mention that I see we have 15 thumbs up. If you haven't given me a thumbs up already, hammer it. Do it. Triple dog dare ya. I'm sorry, triple cat dare ya. Yeah, I'm not paying attention to them. Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, your pets like to remind you. You know, I guess the saying is something of the fact that, you know, they live there and you stay there. There's a difference. So, but yeah, no, and it's funny. I forgot I had all this leftover filament. But The other thing I've been on the fence, and here's a question for the group. How many of you guys use those filament of the month services? My concern is that I wanted to try one out, but my thought is they're going to send me maybe enough filament to print out a robot or a Scotty dog or stuff like that. So I wasn't sure if it was really worth it. I'm curious what you guys think. Have you found the filament of the month clubs to be a good value, or do you wind up shelving it and just not using it? Looking for your answers in the chat buffer below. Alright. Let's see the consensus here. Oh, this shirt is killing me here. Yeah, I was trying to remember how much they charge for those things. Theodore, leave the power cord. Well, if he wants to bite the power cord, he'll only do it once. All right, I'm trying to remember how much they charge for these services now. I thought... here it is, MakerBox. I'm trying to remember who the guy is. I keep seeing do this. There goes the cat toy again. Someone actually does a review on MakerBoxes, and I don't know why you would do that, but okay. I can't think of the guy that does it. I like his other videos, but I don't understand why you'd want to do a review on a MakerBox. Okay, here we go. Just found it. Alright, so I can get 10% off. Yeehaw. You choose a plan, you unpack your box, and you explore new filaments. But my question is, so you got 1.75 or 2.85. Okay, well, that makes sense. Oh, hang on a second. I got a cat chasing me. What do you got? Oh, you are driving crazy tonight. Well, whatever. You're a kitten. Have your toy. All right, let's look at this. So, how much is this? Let's look at this. Let's do the get started. Choose your plan. Wow, they don't give this stuff away, do they? $15.99. You get 4 monthly samples of 4 different colors of a single manufacturer. Let's see, $19, 4 monthly. There, I'm keeping your toy. All right. So let's look at this. So my question is, to those of you that have done this, how much filament is in each one? That's true, Tech. I never know what he's going to say. Oh, Geeetech, yes, that's a gentleman. Yeah. Yeah, I like a lot of his stuff, but I see him doing the reviews on filament boxes, and it's just like, okay. Yeah, no, he does all right stuff. So I'm scrolling through their site, and I'm not seeing. So it looks like you're getting 6 meters in length for 2.85. Okay, so you're getting roughly 50 grams of material. And I'm just trying to think, I would have to pop open Cure or Simplify 3D. Is that enough for a good test? I don't know. Usually my default test prints are the 20 millimeter cube or some other stuff, but it didn't strike my fancy. But then again, I have spent money on some filaments and that I had buyer's remorse on them. Yeah, Joel did a recent one showing how they do it when he was at Matt and Dave's place there in Delaware. That's what made me think about it because that was a good video. Yeah. I think what would happen to me is I would wind up having a lot of little packets of filament sitting around, and I don't think I would use them as much as probably other people would. But clearly there must be a market for this. I just don't know if I'd be that one. I'm still fascinated by that ejection seat that Caleb found. That's amazing. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, speaking of which, I noticed in our stats we're back to 100% male. I'm pretty sure we have a couple females in the crowd. I know Caleb's wife is among them. But man, I mean, where did everybody go? Good night, David. It was kind of funny to look at the stats on that. I'm like, what do you mean? My audience is 100% male? Like, wow. Yeah. Yeah, this was funny. Yeah, 100%. None. Zero. Like, whoa. Good night, guys. Wow. So what time is it? Everyone's kind of, oh, wow. You know, it's 11:21. It is pretty late here on a Friday evening here on the East Coast of the USA. So yeah, so I walked into this thinking, yeah, we'll do an upgrade, we'll do a little chit chat, and we'll see what happens. And here we are, almost 2 hours later, still hanging out. Well, I'm just, Caleb, I'm just going by the statistics. According to the statistics, I have 0%. 422? Wow, yeah, no, that's that 5-hour difference. I would love to go play tourist in the UK. My friend just came back from Northern Ireland. His daughter lives over there in Dublin, and she just had her first baby. And so they spent 2 weeks over there, and he was... it was interesting because there was several things. It's a higher latitude, so it's darker longer. So that was interesting. But yeah, definitely a part of the world I'd love to visit. That, and I would love to visit Australia again. I went to Australia, about 20 years ago, and I had a ball. I definitely want to go again. Southern Ireland. Ah, he told me it was Northern Ireland. All right. Damn tourists. Oh, you're in Los Angeles? Wow. Pretty well-rounded bunch of people tuning in tonight. This is cool. Hey, you know what? It's great to make new friends online. I see our little video here has 17 likes. Awesome sauce. Because there's 17 viewers. So that's a good mix. So fingers crossed that hopefully my package from TH3D will arrive tomorrow. This is going to go back on the back shelf, and the Foldertech FTI3 Mega, which was that kit we put together a month and a half ago, that's going to come over here, and we're going to work on taking all of these pieces over here, and this is going to be the home. This piece through here is going to have a Easy ABL auto bed leveling probe. We'll put the stepper here, we'll put the Titan Arrow together, and I need to buy solid spacers tomorrow because we're getting those springs out. And then with a little luck, we should be able to have the Foldertech FTI3 printing with a Titan Aero. So I think that'll be awesome because it'll be fun to get that thing printing. The one problem, I'm sure you guys all face this. I live in a rural area. I am in Maine. If you don't know on the globe where I am located, if you look on the map of the United States where Boston is, I am 150 miles north. Okay. If you were in the Rebel Alliance and you were trying to escape the Empire, you would come over here and set up base. It's like Hoth up here right now. Yeah, I kind of mix it up. Oh yeah, Maine has mountains, Maine has coastline. Yeah, we are right smack between Canada and New Hampshire. Yeah, I like to get back in the groove of doing individual videos. I do enjoy the editing process, but I've had a lot of really good feedback from you guys saying, hey, I like these Friday night videos, where we have a live session. I like the idea that if you're going to be doing some sort of build or whatever, it's fun that you do it live. Because quite frankly, it's fun to bounce ideas off of you guys. You guys were very instrumental in helping getting the Geeetech together. It was good to have moral support and getting to meet you guys. A lot of you guys offered good suggestions. Keith and others offered suggestions on how to do the firmware and other stuff. So that's been a lot of fun. I would like to do more tutorial videos. I have the Octoprint Anywhere video I've been working on. I have some more work to do on that. So yeah, I kind of want to do both. I definitely want to continue having our Friday night live stream. I think it's fun if we have something weekly. It's every time we do this, we have more and more people. I mean, a month and a half ago, we had 10 people. Tonight, we had up to 25 people. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, come on up. I tell you, if you want to come visit, feel free. But I would highly advise you do it during the warmer weather. The part of the country I live in, I am about less than an hour from Acadia National Park. So there you go. Yep, Bangor's across the river from me. That's where I grew up. And yeah, we do have the Hollywood Slots Casino. We do have the Bangor International Airport. That is an old B-52 air base. Now, of course, it's a commercial and Air National Guard base. But the runway is 11,400 feet long. So if you're coming in to land in a Cessna, you got plenty of room. Oh, wow. Yeah, taxation. Yeah, everything seems really expensive lately. I don't know what's going on, world economy or what. I was looking at upgrading my computer to a newer video card, and I don't remember video cards costing $1,200. But the 1080 Ti's I was looking at on Amazon were in the 1,200 range. Then I saw that the newer one, the 20 series, the 20 series, those are pretty expensive as well too. There's a lot of people that lost their shirt doing the whole Bitcoin mining, and so a lot of these guys are offloading their equipment. Yeah, Bitcoin, exactly. Yeah. So if you're looking to get hold of a high-powered graphics card, if you look through eBay, you can probably find some good deals on there. The other nice thing is, of course, whenever a new video card comes out, the miners will want that one. So there's a lot of guys that probably want the 20 series NVIDIA cards, so the old cards will be on the market. Yeah, then it blew up. Yeah, fortunately that's what I never got into. I had a friend of mine who's big into up-and-coming financials, and the only thing I ever saw you could buy with Bitcoin was a pizza. So, but I have seen, actually, one of the biggest generators of Bitcoin, I believe, is in Iceland, because they use geothermal electricity. So they have the lowest power cost and the highest revenue based on these data centers they built. That's all they do is crypto mine. But there's only a fixed amount of Bitcoin available out there in the world, and it strikes me if you're jumping in now, you kind of jumped in late. Yeah, one of the videos I still get a lot of feedback on is when I upgraded my HP workstation, and that generates a lot of emails where people find these old dual Xeon machines saying, hey, I'm in the same boat. I got hold of one of these, and I know they're very powerful processors. I guess this model HP was very popular for people to put whatever the Mac iOS software was at the time You know, before you had the Windows-based Adobe Premiere Pro and stuff like that, some of the video editing software, which was a real heavy hitter, ran on these HP workstations, and that happened to be a particular model that was very popular. Oh, San Pedro, yeah. No earthquakes over here, though. Theodore, what are you doing? My cat is trying to join the program. What are you doing, Theodore? What are you doing? Oh, you got the ribbon. You got the ribbon cable, don't you? Oh, big, fat cat. All right, say hello to everybody. You wanted to be up here. All right. Look at that gut. Well, no, you've been clawing behind me, you've been rubbing the chair, so there you go. You get to be on video. World, Theodore, Theodore, world. Say hi. Look at the camera. All right. There you go. Your daily dose of Theodore has been completed. Well, there. So we've done this for about an hour and a half now. It is 11:30 p.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. Help heat the house. There you go. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if I'm allergic to these guys, but no. Turns out I'm allergic to grass pollen of all things. Who knew? Wait till you turn 30. I never had allergies till I hit 35. Then that's when I started to fall apart. All right. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to wrap this up for tonight because I want to jump into my virtual cockpit with my Oculus Rift and DCS World. So I'm going to go have some fun with my friends. As always, I thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or suggestions for the next live stream, certainly throw them in the comment section down below. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to continue to do this every Friday. I'm going to continue to work on my regular content as well too. So if you haven't seen my other videos, be sure to check down below, click on the link and check out the videos in my channel. And I think you'll find a bunch of them pretty useful, especially for Octoprint and other stuff. So there we go. I hope you guys had fun. Let's do this again. And as always, remember, this is where nerdy is cool. Stay nerdy, guys. Have a good night.